Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to check to make sure that my volume is on. Sorry. I've been having some phone... There we go. There it's on. So I've been having some phone difficulties the last few days, actually. Technology is not my friend, so I hope this video works and we're going to be able to get through this card so you can see this. So today's card is going to actually be using our Let It Snow embellishments. I love this sweet little box that they come in. This is going to be great for like regifting cards or something this season. But for now, it's housing all the fun little pieces that we get with our Let It Snow embellishment kit. So it comes with some sparkly washi tape, these nice little they're stickers, but they're like the bumpy, shiny kind, so very fun. And then some sweet little snowballs. So you can put those into a shaker card or glue them onto a card front. Good morning, Janice. So those are some of the pieces that come in this kit. We're actually not using any of those pieces this morning, though. We are going to be using the little felt pieces that come in the kit as well. So we've got these little scarves, little toques, and then there are also, oh, awesome, Janice. And then there's also these sweet little mittens. Okay. Now, today I'm going to actually be using these with the snowmen from the Snowman Season stamp set, which is right here. But I have seen the most adorable little cards made using these embellishments with the Dino Roar set, putting them on the T-Rex and everything. So sweet. So that's what we're going to be using today. I'm not sure about the mittens. We'll see how much space we have on our card when we get there. I kind of just have the idea for the card in my head. I don't actually have a sample to show you. Just have something in my mind that I want to do. So our first step is to just take a piece of scrap paper and we're going to stamp our plain snowman, the one without any embellishments or anything. Now, the other option here is you could just get the snowman punch and punch out on a piece of white cardstock and then use all the pieces in the embellishment kit to add like his charcoal buttons and his carrot nose. I'm going to skip that today though and just stamp our snowman. So we have this sweet little plain snowman, and you could use markers for this. I'm going to use my blends just because they're actually easier for me to grab than my markers. And I can also do a little bit more shading and stuff. So I am going to color in my snowman right now. I'm going to give him a little bit of a shadow on the side. So I'm just using the light smoky slate. And I am going to color around him just a little bit with the lightest pool party. So just kind of going around him like that. So this is just going to help him pop off of our page when we put him on. Not that he's going to need any help because he's going to be all dressed up and really standing out anyways, but just a little bit of extra. And I'm also going to give him some nice little rosy cheeks. So there we go. All right. So with our snowman decorated, I'm going to grab our Snowman Season Punch. So this comes as a bundle, the two pieces, and I'm going to slide him in, line him up. There we go. All right. So I can clear that out of the way. I am going to use that punch one more time today for his arms. So I do have the option to stamp his arms and then punch them out. But for today, I'm actually going to go straight to using some crumb cake. And just slide this in on the side so that the two arms are lined up. And punch out a couple little crumb cake arms. And now we are done with that punch for today, I think. We do have the ability to punch out his hat as well, but because I'm going to use these gorgeous felt toques, I'm not going to bother with that part. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way now so that I can bring in some other pieces. So I've got a piece, that's been used. Here we go. I've got a piece of white cardstock, and this is cut at just 1/8 of an inch below 4 and 1/8 of an inch below 5 1/4. So just so that it's going to layer nicely onto a piece of cardstock that is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so just an 1/8 of an inch less so that we get that nice border. Don't need that background yet though. I've got some DSP that I have cut at the same, like, I guess what would that be, 3 7/8, and then by 2 1/4 and by 3/4. So all said, when I first cut it out, I cut out a 3" by 3 7/8 piece, and then I split it. So I'm going to take these pieces and glue them down, and I'm going to use some snail, if I can find it on my desk. Maybe it's not. Here we go. So I'm just going to use some snail. You could use any kind of adhesive, liquid glue, whatever you'd like, to put this down. And I'm going to put this piece over on the side. Didn't do a very good job of lining that up. Oh well, it's done now. All right, and that's why I like to use the liquid glue normally, but oh well. So there we go. So I've had a very nice week with my class so far. Looking forward to the rest of the week. It's parent conferences, so I had some last night till fairly late, and then again tomorrow night till fairly late doing these conferences. So I'm just noticing, because of how I put that paper on, it's not exactly straight. So what I'm going to do is just go over to my paper trimmer and trim off some of those edges. I'll be right back. All right, so I just trimmed the very slightest bit off of that, and now you can't tell that I put that paper on crooked, and you can't see the little white edges. It was like really, really a tiny amount that I trimmed off of there, and we still have a square piece, so that's great. So with this piece here, I'm now going to actually attach some ribbon. So I got a nice package from Ange at the what is it called? The holiday catalog launch that she did, and it was all wrapped up in this beautiful ribbon. This is actually Poppy Parade, which is not the red that goes with this DSP, but because it's got it mixed here with the Flirty Flamingo and the real red, the Poppy Parade actually works quite nicely with this. I tried putting a piece of real red ribbon with this, and it was actually just too dark. Isn't that a nice background? I love the little sparklies on there too. I was torn though, because I really love the red and white stripes on the other side. So, but I thought I'd go with the nice snowy background, making a little snowman card. So yeah, I got this ribbon. It was wrapped around a package that I won at Angie's holiday launch, and so take that packaging and put it right back to use on a card. So I've just put that across there. Now, normally I put a little dot on the front, and I think I will again, just to hold it in place along the front. And this is kind of my cheater way of tying bows, because I am not very good at getting them tight and straight and everything if I'm actually wrapping it around. So I take a piece, I stick it to the front, or stick it to the back and a little bit on the front, and then I take a second piece, and then I can tie this knot and really just get in here, play around with it, and make it look the way I want it to, and to make it move in the direction I want it to, instead of having to worry about getting it tight as well. All right, so with that done, now I'm going to trim up the ends. So I've got that there. Now I'm going to take this whole piece, and this time I actually am going to use liquid glue. I just find it's a little bit of a stronger hold, and because I have that ribbon on here, I do want to make sure that this stays quite well. Yeah, so conferences this week. It's really nice to meet all the families, kind of getting back into the groove of school and stamping again. So you're going to see me being a lot more consistent, I hope, with my stamping videos, because I am back into the groove of things. The kids are settled in their routines now, so things are going really well. Super excited. I love Christmas stamping as well. I have a bunch of Stampa stacks. A few of them upcoming are already sold out. I have a few spots, I think 2 spots left in my October 18th class. So contact me if you're interested in attending that. And then I've also got a Nature's Beauty class, and I'm doing something a little bit different this month, is I am offering a product-based Nature's Beauty class, but I am also offering that same class as a class kit to go. So if anybody's interested in finding out more about that, contact me. There's also some information on my website, but basically you'd get the stamp set, the make and takes, the instructions, everything you need to basically have the class all by yourself at home. So, you know, maybe even grab 2 of those if you live kind of far away, have a friend over, and I have only done pricing right now to get it with the stamp set, but if you're interested in having a few people over, give me a shout and we can work out some pricing to do like the stamp set and then a couple of sets of the make and take, and changing the price. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that sounds like a helicopter, but like really, really low over my house. That's crazy. That's the second time this morning I've heard that. Have to go on and check out what's happening. There might be a bear in the area or something. Sometimes they send helicopters out looking for rogue bears and stuff. We've had quite a few recently. All right, so we're going to get going on this now. I think we're going to stamp the words first. I want to make sure that we get our words onto the page and that we don't lose space. So I think we're going to use, I think the Coastal Cabana for that. I don't, yeah. I want to use red, but I don't know which red I'd want to use, and the words Let It Snow in red just don't scream anything to me. It needs to be black or Coastal Cabana. So let's go with some color. So we're going to put Let It Snow up at the top here. All right. So that's done. And now we get to decorate our cute snowman. So we're going to pop some dimensionals on the back of him. All right, so sorry, I'm realizing I'm putting my arm across the screen as I reach for my dimensionals. There we go. So we've got some dimensionals on the back. Now I'm going to grab some glue dots to put our little arms on that we cut out. So the easiest way I find to use these is peel that back till you see the glue dot. Now remembering that this I actually have to do backwards because we're sticking this to the back of our snowman. There we go. And same with the other arm. So let's see. I want that one going that way. All right. So take our other arm. Nope. There we go. And those might be a little bit short. Let's pull those out a bit. There we go. So we've got our arms on our snowman. And the last thing, and now I actually haven't even played with this, so I'm not sure about the best way to adhere these. I'm going to guess that the best way to glue these on is with liquid glue. That or Terran tape. Now I'm going to go with the liquid glue because I think anything else isn't going to stick to the fabric of this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of like a bead of liquid glue along our scarf. And then I'm going to stick that onto my snowman. All right, so now I can see my little arm is getting lost, but actually that's okay. That's very realistic. All right, and then I'm going to peel off these dimensions. Oh, no. Okay, so use the dimensionals first and then attach your scarf. How about that? So we're going to pop this guy onto here, grab our scarf again. That gives us the ability to really push that down as well. And we're going to have to let that glue dry. And now for this toque, so that it sits up on top of his head, it's just a little bit of glue across the top of his head. And then I might even throw a dimensional onto the back of that. I'm not sure how well it'll stick, but this will be a little test. But just to keep that hat raised so that it's up off the background like our snowman is. There we go. So today's a little bit of experimenting with these new tools. And there we go. So that is our completed card. And we're just going to give that a second. That should have dried long enough, so let's just give it a little shake. And yeah, those have secured. So using that liquid glue worked really well. And that is our sweet little snowman card using our embellishments. I think it'd be just a bit too busy on this guy to add in our mittens because his scarf takes up a lot of space. I could have, I suppose, done mittens instead of the scarf. So I'm going to pop those back into my case so that I have those for another card. And there we go. So that is what I have for you today, is just a chance to see those embellishments at play. They work well on the snowman, and they would definitely work really well on some of the larger stamps that we have, like in the Dino Roar set. So have fun playing with those, and I'll try and pop on later this week with some other samples using these embellishments in some other ways. I've seen some really fun stuff online and have a few ideas of my own, so we'll play around with those, and I'll share that with you later. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye.